What's up, guys? Open Ice Hits with Scotty2 Hockey. Let's talk halves with part 4 of potential draft picks the Montreal Canadiens could take in the first round of this 2020 draft. Now, this is just hypothetical, saying they stay around the 8th spot or do better in the draft and possibly get a top 5 pick. Because to acquire the player I'm about to talk about, you're definitely going to need a top 5 pick. In my opinion, it's going to take a miracle for him to slip past the top 5, and I will explain why farther in the video. But Jamie Drysdale, a talented right-handed defenseman out of the OHL, could be a great addition to the Montreal Canadiens if they could pick him up, and I will tell you why. One prospect that the Montreal Canadiens management, without a doubt, have their eye on in this upcoming draft is the elite, talented Erie Otters right-handed defenseman Jamie Drysdale. Montreal would, without a doubt, have to get lucky in this draft and at least, in my opinion, maybe even get higher, but at least get a top 5 pick to acquire a player like Drysdale. Given the fact this year's projected top 10 lacks quality D-men, and the fact most analysts and experts like Bob McKenzie himself have him touted to be a surefire bet to go in the top 5. Anything less than a top 5 pick for Montreal, you most likely won't get Drysdale. This kid is impressive to say the least, being named to the OHL All-Rookie Team in his rookie year, and this year being named to the OHL First Team All-Star Team. Drysdale had an incredible year with Erie, improving his overall game night in and night out. This led him to being named as a surprise addition to this year's Canada's World Junior Team, along with a stint at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, where in 5 games he played excellent, but I do have to mention he played well in both tournaments, more so in the Hlinka Gretzky Cup than he did in the World Juniors. But he was a big part of each team's success, especially in the World Juniors, where they went all the way and won it all. There's many things to love about his game. A highly skilled and offensive-minded defenseman, he is capable of running and quarterbacking the power play, which is something Montreal definitely needs help with. He has good speed and elite skating sense. He offers crisp passing and the ability to finish plays. He's more so a playmaker than a goal scorer. In 2018-2019, he didn't show a lot of goal scoring ability, but this year he has shown a lot that he can step up, he can score goals, but he's way more of a playmaker than he is a goal scorer. But I had to put it in there. He definitely does have the ability to finish for sure. If he works on that aspect of his game, he could be an excellent offensive-minded defenseman. There are things about his defense he does need to work on, but he's not bad defensively either. He does need to bulk up a bit for sure. He does have a 5'11 frame. He's a 5'11 frame. He's just off 6 foot. He should be 6 foot by the time he's 21, in my opinion. And he's not really what you would call undersized, even though he is 170 pounds. He's only 18 years old, a couple of years in Laval, a couple of years of development, a couple of years of bulking up. By the time this kid's 20, 21, he could definitely be 190 pounds, a 200-pound, 6-foot defenseman, which is well more than adequate to play in the NHL, in my opinion. I love his confidence and I love his poise with the puck, with the puck on his stick, and with a year or 2 of development, maybe more, to bulk up and round out his frame and to round out his game and get a bit more defensive than his highly offensive game suggests. Jamie Drysdale could be a monster addition and a monster defensive prospect for the Montreal Canadiens and a future pillar on the blue line for Montreal. He's 18 years old. He's 5'11", only 170 pounds. He does need to bulk up for sure. He's 5'11", only 170, so he is kind of lanky, but I wouldn't call him undersized. He's going to be 6 foot tall, and a year or 2 of development, a year or 2 of getting some size, getting him in that weight room with the trainers, with the management Montreal has in Laval, the Laval Rockets have, they can turn this guy into a tank for sure. 195, 200 pounds, 6 foot, 6'1". Definitely adequate to play in the NHL. He was born in Toronto, Ontario. His position, he shoots right, and his position is right-handed D. I'm not sure if he can play on his offside or not. I've never seen him playing on the left side, but maybe the potential is there with this kid, and he's ranked really high by a lot of sites and a lot of analysts to go in this draft. NHL Central Scouting has him going as high as 3. ISS Hockey has him going at 3. Bob McKenzie has him going at 4. EliteProspects.com has him going at 5th overall, and this one's way off the board, but it was listed with all these other names. HockeyProspects.com has him going at 12, and to me that's laughable. This guy is not going at 12. If there were more defensemen in the first round, and there were more picks that could jump ahead of him, I could see it, but I just don't see this guy going in the 12th. No way, not in the first round. 2018-19 for the Erie Otters in 63 games played. He had 7 goals, 33 assists, 40 points, and in the World Junior Under 18 tournament, in 7 games played, he had 0 goals, 2 assists, and 2 points. And in 1920, he completely stepped it up. He was pretty much on a point-to-game pace, pretty damn close to it. In 49 games played, he had 9 goals, 38 assists, 47 points, and in the World Junior Tour, well, that was for Erie right there, I have to mention. In 49 games played for Erie, he had 9 goals, 38 assists, and 47 points. I had to clarify that. And in the World Junior tournaments, the under 20 World Junior tournaments, in 7 games played, he had 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 points. And in the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, he really did shine. He didn't score any goals, but he had 5 assists in 5 games played, and he was the captain of the team. So there you go. There's Jamie Drysdale. He could be an excellent addition to the Montreal Canadiens, a promising young right-handed defenseman who, if the Montreal Canadiens were to get lucky and were to slip into the top 5 and Drysdale's still on the board, I can almost guarantee you if Montreal's at the 5th pick and some phenomenal guy who's not projected to go in the top 3 is already gone and Drysdale's still on the board, they're going to take Drysdale. He's a right-handed defenseman. I got a feeling Shea Weber and Jeff Petrie aren't going to be with Montreal that much longer. Maybe a 5-year window for both of these players. By the time this guy's coming into his prime, he could be ready to step in and be that number 1 right-handed defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens down the road. Who knows? Could be an excellent pickup. We know Montreal has had some luck with defensemen in the past few years, a la Alexander Romanov for sure, and even a defenseman like Victor Mete, who in my opinion is very underrated. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, guys, let me know. Feel free to leave into the comments what you thought of the Prospect series. Stay tuned for a few draft videos. The draft lottery is tonight. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. And if you have any ideas for videos, feel free to let me know. This is Open Ice Hits with Scotty2 Hockey. If you could be a doll, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, but you don't even have to hit the like button. Just hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Scotty2 Hockey family. Over and out, folks. Have a great day.